Hi, I'm Bianca and welcome back to my Bookworm Sanctuary. So today I wanted to do my mid-month wrap-up for October. So in October I have read 7 books for the first half, and two of them were for the Love in the Night readathon. So I actually did do a vlog if you're interested. I'll put a card somewhere. But basically I've read 7 books so far. We'll just get straight into them. So the first one was Goldie and Her Bears. This is exactly as it sounds like. It's a Goldilocks retelling. Cassie finds herself in the woods in a cabin in the middle of nowhere, goes for a nap, is found by a grumpy bear shifter. Though she doesn't realise they're bear shifters quite at first. She already knows one of them, Jasper, from, a meeting a couple of weeks ago or something. Anyway, they have a moment. They're like, get out of our cabin. She's like, okay. Goes to leave, or goes to sneak off and leave because she feels like she's really intruding, and gets her foot caught in a trap, in a bear trap. So then she's got to stay there and heal and wait for a doctor. And look, Kai is one of the blokes. It's reverse harem. There's 3 bear shifters. It was okay. Kai was just too grumpy for me. Jasper was weird, and Chase just seemed like there was no point to having him there. Look, it was okay. It was okay for what it was. It wasn't the best thing I've ever read, though, unfortunately. And then I reread 2 books, actually. I decided to reread Runner. So with Runner, I read this in April. So I discovered Evie Mitchell at the beginning of the year. She's Australian. Absolutely love her books so far. This is her MC series based in Australia, and basically a virus has wiped everything out. And there's about a dozen or so women living in this university college, and basically there's this big group called the Purge who don't treat anybody quite nicely, is threatening these women. So they need help, and they go to the closest motorcycle club for help. One of the girls, Kate, has ties with the club. There's something going on with the club that isn't quite right, but Runner seems very trustworthy from the get-go, and Runner and Ellie pretty much hook up straight away. Ellie can make biofuel, so she's very valuable in that sense, considering fuel is gone, and the women are going to be treated as like old ladies, basically, was their deal with the guys. But there's a little bit of an issue with one of the men in the club, and it causes issues there, which in turn causes issues on Runner and Ellie's new relationship. And I love this. I absolutely loved it. So I decided to annotate it. I'm not sure if you can tell, but I annotated it. We'll try to anyway. I didn't tab it because I'm new to annotating, and tabbing, oh, I wouldn't have a clue on what to do there. So I just highlighted stuff I thought I should highlight, things that interested me. I even wrote down some stuff in the book itself, depending on what I thought. I just really wanted to annotate this, so that's what I did. I absolutely love this series. I really do. And then I reread Wrath. This one I also tried to annotate, though I'll probably say I ran out of steam halfway through on annotating it, but that's okay. This one's about Wrath. So Kate, Kate is the daughter of the president of the MC that we meet in Runner. And basically, Kate and Wrath have known each other for years. And Wrath has become a nomad, but now he's back. And he always thought Kate was in love with someone else. And yeah, they've basically got to go on a road trip across Australia because of Ellie and her biofuel. Basically, they're going to go to other chapters of the motorcycle club and teach people how to make fuel and how to survive and just travel and go up there. And at the same time, one of the women, called Audrey, also has a very smart mind, but she has basically created her own telephone line, basically. So they're setting that up as they move up Australia as well. Because the motorcycle club, they don't really say exactly where it was, but I assume it's in Victoria somewhere. So now they're on their way up to Queensland, up the top of Queensland, closer to like Airlie Beach, that sort of area up there, but more inland. Anyway, another point. So they're on their way up there, and so it's a road trip, and a lot of things sort of happen. I guess you could say there's Audrey, one of the women, likes to call them zombies, and there's a lot of similarities to zombies, but they're not zombies. And look, I love this. I absolutely adore this series. There's another one, Ghost, that I haven't read yet. Well, no, I have read it. I just haven't reread it yet and annotated it. So hopefully I'll do that very shortly. But anyway, Wrath and Runner, absolutely adore them. Then I read Titan. So I read this as part of the Love in the Night readathon. I went a little bit more into depth about it in my vlog. Basically, Juliana's a sugar baby. Titan is a gargoyle after this keystone. That's, the key to finding this relic room thing that's been missing for a few hundred years because, a fellow gargoyle betrayed them. And basically, Titan gets a lead, and Juliana's there. He's attracted to her, and he sort of brings her in to help him infiltrate to find the keystone. And there's this whole plot with Juliana and Jules. Her name's Jules. Jules has this whole thing with their mother, who's a piece of work. I didn't like the way that all resolved because her mother was sort of like withholding all the money that Juliana made as a child actress with Juliana's ex-manager. So there was this whole thing there that I just didn't like how it all resolved. I mean, I just feel like her mother should have got more. Fuck you. But, and I didn't necessarily enjoy everything about Titan and Jules's relationship. Like the whole the whole keystone thing was really interesting. It's just, don't know. It was okay. Then I read Nepenthe. So this was also part of the Love in the Night readathon for me. It's very, very short. It's like 126 pages. It's like 3 short erotica stories in one. In the first story, basically the humans are on this planet. They're not coping well. They're all dying off. And the Nepenthe come in and they're also dying off. And they need the humans to survive and plant their eggs to, continue on. The first story, Hypatia story, no such thing as consent there. None whatsoever. So if that's not your thing, don't go there. It's almost disturbing, but it's really, really, really hot. I'm torn. I feel so bad, but see, I'm not really into that non-consent sort of stuff. And this is really non-consent. She doesn't really realize what's kind of happening. So, yeah. But the second story sort of gives you a little insight onto what Hypatia was thinking, and she seems to be okay with the whole thing, but not the point. It was really weird. But really, really, really hot. So the Nepenthe they're really alien. They can change their forms. They've got arms, which are basically tentacles, like 10 or so of them, and they can change into whatever appendages they wish. So it's really, really, and they got suckers and fluid, and it's really hot, really, really hot. Yeah, just be aware that the story has no consent, none. Then I read The Captive Merman's Promise. This is okay. I reread this late Saturday night, I think it was, the last night of the readathon. And it was okay. I just Ronan was cool. He was sexy. And look, it was okay. It was sort of like a bit of a mermaid retelling, but kind of not. An old mate gets his it was okay. I didn't mind it. And then I read Daisy's Decision. This one is like book 15 of the Ice Home series. I love Ice Planet Barbarians. I love the Ice Home series. This is definitely not one of my favorites. Daisy, I could see why Daisy was the way she was. So she's come from another planet, basically. She used to be married to this gay alien and sort of abused by him, and, was told to be perfect and sit and look pretty and don't do anything, sort of conditioned that way. And on the island, or on the planet, you can't be really lazy. There's no amenity. Like, you have to do everything yourself: hunt, cook, clean, everything. So Daisy struggles with that a bit. She now has scars because she fell into a fire. I shouldn't laugh, but yeah, anyway, she fell into a fire. She's now scarred, and I can't remember his name. And just the way he just treated her, I didn't like. Like, he was so too, like, both of them have their own mental hang-ups to deal with, but basically he just sort of was too, I felt like he blamed her too much for things that weren't necessarily her fault. And she was trying, and he still was just sort of like, ugh, you're not trying. And I just didn't like that. Look, it was okay, but I definitely have read better books in the Ice Home series. Look, I love the Ice Home. I really, really do. And I love the Ice Planet Barbarians. I love them too. Like, Ruby Dixon is awesome. This just was not it. So basically, that was the first 7 books I've read in October. I was just about to say August. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate it. And I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.